On IMDb, Tiffany Overthinks Too Much says, "Don't let the plot line fool you. From Russia with Love is cringy and outdated." Asterisk, I'm sure many users will not find my review helpful because this is a popular film. So if they read the following, they won't agree with me, but I could care less. I want to start off by saying that I am no longer a fan of James Bond. At the end of the day, I can't truly claim membership to the fandom. I don't engage in Bondathons on a weekly or monthly basis. I actually found it exhausting to watch one Bond movie after another. I did go in chronological order. I just skipped over Timothy Dalton and most of Roger Moore's films. I don't have any of the posters on my bedroom wall. And last but not least, I don't like the Sean Connery era of the franchise. I prefer the Pierce Brosnan era. Throughout his 30s and early 40s, he was more handsome than Sean Connery, who, quite frankly, looked like an old man when he was in the same age group. Many fans think he was the best Bond, despite not even sounding British. If you listen closely, you can hear that he rolled his R's, which is characteristic of a Scottish accent. But aside from that, his portrayal of the character mirrored Ian Fleming's books more so than the other actors who preceded him, taking into consideration that Sean Connery's version of Bond was a sex-hungry rake. I can't in good conscience say his depiction is my favorite. Back when the Bond movies were free on YouTube, I made it my mission to watch each of them. Dr. No was quite action-packed, but still dated. I was impressed by Goldfinger, but the scene where he forces himself on top of PXXXY galore always bothered me. I felt kind of guilty for liking the movie because of that scene. I watched Thunderball, and that's where I stopped, until I picked back up at The Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker, and Goldeneye, all of which I enjoyed. From Russia with Love is arguably the cringiest Sean Connery Bond film. It sounds awesome on paper, but on screen, it was so corny. Bond is going up against a secret organization, aka Spectre. Rosa Klebb and Kronstein are trying to seize possession of a decoding device known as the Lecter. They use Tatiana to trick Bond into helping them. After going to Istanbul to meet her, he has to escape numerous encounters with the enemy. This is the most anti-woman out of the whole series. Tatiana is either treated like a sex toy or a punching bag, depending on Bond's mood. One moment he slaps her butt out of happiness, and then the next he slaps her face out of rage. I know it was 1963, but it was degrading, and I honestly do believe that's why the world is still experiencing sexism and male-on-female violence. I don't blame Patrick Magoon for declining this role. I also agree with what he said about Bond being a terrible example to children. A lot of men spent their childhood and teenage years watching this movie, in addition to Sean Connery's other installments. You can't tell me they didn't have an impact on their perspective of women. And what amazes me is they haven't outgrew these films. You'd think that after becoming an adult, at some point they would realize how silly they are. It was interesting doing research on the Bond fandom. I read an article written by a gay man who's obsessed with the series. His favorite Bond is Roger Moore. I was surprised, since fans don't normally cite him as their favorite, due to his interpretation of the character as much less serious compared to Sean Connery. But I found something else he said/wrote to be quite troubling. He said being sexy doesn't mean sexist, referring to Bond, and they intentionally choose actors who are good looking. So just as long as a man is good looking, it's okay for him to be a womanizer? That's a weak argument. I was acquainted with someone who was a huge Bond fan, whom I met when I was taking courses for my master's degree. He was too opinionated. It was weird because he wasn't like that in school. When we were in class, he never showed any of the characteristics of someone who's opinionated. He didn't try to force people to agree with him or talk so much to the point that no one could get a word in edgewise. He started acting like a know-it-all once he graduated. Actually, it seemed like him graduating before I did had a lot to do with why he changed. He got full of himself. His constant advice giving and treating me like an idiot got on my nerves, and I finally stopped corresponding with him.
What does that have to do with James Bond?
Bond wasn't exactly the most humble person, at least throughout the 1960s. I couldn't help but wonder if watching this film, along with Dr. No, Goldfinger, Thunderball, and You Only Live Twice repeatedly, I'm guessing since he was a kid, influenced him to think it's acceptable for a man to be condescending, especially towards women. I know it's not fair to make a conclusion off of only 2 fans, but you have to be pretty shallow to be entertained by the oldest Bond movies. I love a hot guy just as much as the next straight woman, but I'm against anyone being sexist. I don't care if it's someone who's fictional or real. The later Bond films are epic. Unlike this sexist garbage, don't believe the hype. 1 star.
Wow. Could you read that back?
Imagine, this was written in 2023. Could you imagine knowing you're going to be offended by this? Because she definitely went in knowing she's not going to like this.
Sure. I mean, she even says my opinion is going to be about how dated. Yeah, it's from 1963. Like, take it with a grain of hip-hop.
But like, that's what separates mature adults from immature adults, is being able to watch something older and not holding it to today's standards.
Right.
Also, if you need to start off by saying you don't care about something, you care. You care.
Yeah. I mean, you wrote a thesis, essentially.
Hello, and welcome to the Royd Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are back in the James Bondiverse, talking about 1963's From Russia with Love. Andy, how are you, bruv?
Very good.
That was pretty good. That was good.
Pretty good. That was good.
Rate it out of 10.
All right, set me up again. Say,
rate it out of 10.
Okay, it's a 10. 10, Robbie.
Yes!
All right, set me up again. Say, welcome to the Roy's Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
All right.
Okay.
Welcome to the Roy's Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
Andy. James Andy.
Nice.
I don't know if I did that last time.
I think you did.
Okay.
Yeah. For real, though, how are you, Andy?
I'm good, Robbie. How are you?
I am good. Have you seen? Yes, that's how you say it. Have you seen From Russia with Love before?
I have, maybe. I don't know. A long time ago, I used to rent movies from the library, and Sean Connery, James Bond were some of them. Maybe I saw this. I didn't really remember as I watched it. I did fall asleep, like, hard. I fell asleep hard. Like, I was comatose.
During this movie?
Yes. But that's just, like, movies before Jaws, you know? There's just something about them that, like, you just watch people do things.
I agree with you until a point in this movie.
Yes, I think that this movie starts at a certain point. But Rob, had you seen this movie?
No, I've never seen this before.
Did you see it this time?
Yeah, I saw it this time.
Okay, that's good.
I started watching it at night, and I had to pause it at like the halfway point and then finish it the next morning.
Yes, well, we'll get into it. This movie doesn't slap for a while, and then it starts to slap.
Yes.
Totally literally. Agree. You know what I'm saying? You know. All right. What movie did this year come out?
Oh, this came out the year of our Megazord, 1963.
Wow. That is 60 years ago.
Yes, it was.
Holy shit.
Andy, what were the top movies in 1963?
Oh, let me tell you, Robbie. Let me tell you. Here's where it's a little confusing, because on Max, where I streamed this movie, said it was 1964.
I think it probably came out in America in 1964.
Okay. So, top grossing movies of 1963 in America. Number 1 was Cleopatra.
Coming at you.
Yep.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry. I'm reading. I can't multitask. Number 2, How the West Was Won. I had to read that book for a college course.
I had to listen to that Led Zeppelin live album for my own want.
Yes.
That came out.
I think that's their best live stuff.
Yeah.
It's a mad, 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 mad world. Number 3. Yeah, never heard of that.
Really? You've never heard of that? I've never
No.
seen it, but I've definitely heard of it.
Tom Jones is number 4. He's a movie, apparently.
Okay.
And Irma La Douce, or Douce? Doce? I don't know.
Spell it.
Douce.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Douse?
Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me, you son of a bitch. All right. For 64 in America.
Don't we care about America?
I clicked something. For 64 in America, it was number 1, Mary Poppins. Number 2, My Fair Lady. Number 3, Goldfinger. Number 4, The Carpetbaggers. And number 5, From Russia with Love. So it was a big year for James Bond.
Oh, shit.
1964.
You know what else came out in 1963?
What?
A movie about a bunch of British women.
Birds?
Yeah, The Birds.
Hey. It's a good movie. I think. I don't know. It's been a long
I've
one.
never seen it. I've never seen it.
Have you ever seen any Alfred Hitchcock stuff?
No.
Oh, damn, we should do like a month. We do it.
Alfred Hitch what?
Alfred Hitch penis.
Oh! Hey, you know how Doggy Style is from the back?
Yeah.
Well, there's a movie called In the French Style, which I think means in the young.
Wow.
What? What? They love it there. That's why Roman Polanski's able to live there no problem.
This is true.
Hey, there's a movie called What Really Happened to Baby Jane? Yeah, the corpse is in Andy's basement.
You know, Rob. You tell someone in confidence.
The movie The Great Escape, that must be about Baby Jane trying to flee Andy's basement.
Previous episode, Dr. No came out in America.
One Man's Way? You mean Left?
Very good. Son of Flubber. Weird.
So Flubber was a sequel.
I guess. I think it's one of those legacy remakes or whatever.
Oh, that makes sense. A movie called The Man with the X-Ray Eyes. The slogan, he's looking at your yitties and yams.
Your yitties and yams. That's good stuff, Robbie.
Bye Bye Birdie. It must be a movie about badminton.
Okay.
You get it? Because they're like, bye bye Birdie, and they're hitting it away from them.
Yeah. Badminton that's a mitten with a cigarette.
That's a badminton.
That's one bad mitten.
Someone's gonna write and be like, it's badminton.
Yeah, well.
You're gonna be angry, but then we're gonna be like, it's a joke, ass dick.
Yeah, dick ass.
Yeah, turd dick.
Yeah. Shit penis.
Nice. The Nutty Professor. It's a guy who studies cashews.
That's good stuff.
A New Kind of Love. Anal.
Nice. That was new. It's the 60s, baby.
Lord of the Flies. We're like God of the Gnats.
Oh, it's good stuff, Robbie.
Yeah, those are my jokes about movies from 1963.
Well, pretty good, honestly. I like God of the Gnats. That's good stuff.
Thank you.
Was that Gnats spelled G-N-A-T?
Yes.
Wow. English,
So it's
crazy language.
G-O-T-G. God of the Gnats.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey,
All right.
you want to play our album game? Because
I sure
we've only
do.
played it in like recent times, I realized.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like we missed a couple.
So let's do it. We don't do it every week. It's a special thing. I'll start off easy for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. With the Beatles.
The Rolling Stones.
Andy.
That would be the four Beatles from Liverpool.
Very good. Please Please Me.
That would be the four Beatles from Liverpool.
Let's see. I Want to Hold Your Hand, which I think is just a single. I don't know why that's coming up.
I believe that's a single.
It's just a single. It came out from
believe
albums.
that's-
Yeah, it's also the Beatles.
That's the Jimi Hendrix Experience, I think.
You're a fool! You're a racial fool!
Don't you dare, Robbie.
Money Jungle.
Money Jungle.
Yeah.
Huh. 1963. Money
Yes.
Jungle. I don't know. Is this a band or singer?
It's a solo artist. It's a pianist.
Pianist.
Yeah, whipping out a pianist here.
Okay, from the 60s.
From the 60s.
A pianist from the 60s.
A pianist from the 60s.
I don't know. I feel like all the pianists I know are from like the later 60s and 70s. Money Jungle. I'm gonna
Someone's
go.
screaming at work right now.
Yeah, for sure. I have no idea.
Duke Ellington.
Duke Ellington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you feel foolish?
I'm more of a fan of Lord Ellington.
Very good.
Thank you.
So I did something I don't normally do. I went to Wikipedia and I'm on albums from 1963, and there are a ton of albums from 1963.
That makes sense.
I didn't think there'd be so many.
Yeah.
Genuinely didn't. Let's go, Gentleman Jim. You're not gonna know this. Why would you know this?
What genre are we talking here?
Oh, no fucking clue.
Okay.
No, I don't even know this.
What is it then, Robbie?
It's Jim Reeves.
Who the fuck is that?
I have no idea.
Rob's lost his mind.
All right, how about Nat King Cole sings My Fair Lady?
I'm gonna go with Nat King Cole. Is that the same Nat as God of the Nats?
Yep,
Wow.
that's what it's from. How about this? Not gonna make that joke. John Lee Hooker on Campus.
Is that John Lee Hooker?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Crushing.
I'm keeping it easy for a dullard like you.
Rude.
Pat Boone sings Guess Who?
I'm gonna go Pat Boone.
Very good. Man, I can't believe you're getting these. Little Deuce Coupe. This one's easy. This one I think you should get.
Little Deuce Coupe. Okay.
Yeah. It's like I'm dropping a deuce, dropping a little deuce in my coop.
You chicken coop. There's shit right in the middle of the chicken coop. I don't fucking know. What is
Oh,
it?
come on.
What
Surf rock.
is it the Beach Boys?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like the only surf rock band I know.
Come on, you don't know Janet Dean? I
No.
like surf rock. I like surf rock. I think you knew. How about Odetta sings folk songs?
Odetta?
Yes, Odetta.
Okay.
All right. I've made them really easy here. One last one. This
Okay.
one you'll get. You're not going to get that.
Okay.
I thought I would know more of these. Okay, In the Wind. It's a folk album.
Bob Dylan?
No, it's a trio. Think of a religious name.
Jesus.
It's a trio. No, it's Peter, Paul, and Mary. All right.
Okay.
You want to talk about From Russia with Love?
See, I don't know music other than like the Beatles. From
I
back
get it.
then, you know?
I
Like,
thought I would know more. I genuinely thought I would know more.
I feel like
did.
1967, 68 is where like music, like rock music as we know it starts to appear. That and Motown. I know a lot of Motown.
Yeah.
Yes, I am ready to talk about From Russia with Love.
All right. What do you think of this opening scene? First off, I like that he jumps and turns. It's not a smooth like turn and shoots the camera. He like jumps and turns at the camera to shoot it.
Yes, I like that. I also really like how like it's quiet and then as like there's a rustling, it's like the band is like, "Ow." And he turns around and then it's like real smooth and then when the gunshot happens it's like pow again. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, that's good. That's good stuff. Like that a lot.
What do you think of this weird like trading session that the bad guys are doing with Grant? Did you notice who was playing Grant? He was in a previous episode.
Yeah, that's Jaws guy.
Yeah, Robert Shaw,
Yeah.
looking totally different.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him.
Not at all. But I like this opening scene. One, because I've never seen this before. I thought it started with Bond getting captured.
Yeah, same.
I also kept waiting for someone to do the Homer Simpson and walk backwards through the tall bushes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they kill him, and I was like, oh, all right, roll credits. That's it. And they pull the mask off, and it's just training. I don't know why the guy has to look exactly like him, but all
Just so
right.
you get the feeling of killing Bond.
Yeah. So that mask looked a lot better when he was alive.
It did.
As
It's
soon as
funny
he
how
was
that
dead,
works.
as soon as he was dead, I was like, that's clearly a mask.
We get the opening credits. It's pretty cool. The cast and director is projected onto belly dancers. Albert Broccoli, more like Alfred Brussels sprouts.
Very, very good.
Thank you.
When the guy gets when the guy playing chess gets the glass of water with the note in it,
Yeah.
we get the slowest head turn of all time. The man makes a fucking meal out of it. Good
I
stuff.
thought that was really cool. The way he hands him the water and the note is on the napkin under the glass of water and he
Yes.
reads it through the glass.
Yes, that's good stuff.
I thought that was cool. I also like that he just wins that he gets the note and then just wins the chess match.
Yeah, like he could have just won the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And he basically just walks off like, boom, mic
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah, he drops Michael.
Nice. Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
So we meet number 1 talking to number 3, and they're just talking about beta fish, or as I like to call them, Andy fish, because you're a beta.
Robbie, you've cut me deeply.
The first cut is the deepest. Right?
Yeah. Although that's not the first cut. You insult me many times.
That's true. That's true. And many times you deserve it.
A lot of times I wake up to a text from Rob, and it's just really, really cutting mean shit that Rob sends me.
You're an ugly sleeper.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, man, I can't help the way I look when I sleep.
And then you notice the camera that I've installed in your bedroom.
Yeah.
They're planning on taking out James Bond. And it's just for revenge for killing Dr. No, it seems like.
Yeah, I believe that in the book it was more like
fleshed out.
Russia based.
Yeah.
But they didn't really know how the Cold War was going. So they didn't want to be like, Russia's the bad guy.
They're hedging their bets.
Yeah. They were like, no, it's Spectre. It's that mysterious organization. And, they're mad because Dr. No died.
Which I think kind of helps these movies in a way, instead of it being the villain is a country. It's just a mysterious organization. It's just bad dudes being villains.
Yeah, I'm into it.
It makes it a lot easier to swallow, I think.
Yeah.
The name of the island that number 3 shows up on, they're like, welcome to Spectre Island. It's like a real original name, guys.
Yeah, real inconspicuous, too.
I do
where their headquarters is.
I do kind of dig the training sessions she walks through. And she takes the brass knucks and punches him in the stomach, and he doesn't even react.
Well, before that, we get the scene opens with like a half-naked lady walking up to the blonde dude.
Who's just getting a tan.
Robert Shaw. Yeah, he's just chilling. And she just starts rubbing him down. No words, just vibes. It's like, we're real sexy over here.
I'm into it.
That's what we're doing. And then the lady comes, she punches him. She puts on, she's like, he's very fit. After she punches him with the brass knuckles, she's like, he's fit enough. He's like, well, he was, but you just broke one of his fucking ribs, lady.
His appendix just exploded on that shot to the fucking gut, lady. What are you doing?
Brass knuckles?
Robert Shaw looks fucking awesome here.
I could take him.
Okay. But seeing him here compared to when he looked like 11 years later in Jaws,
Oh yeah, he aged
like a fine milk.
like a fine milk. Yeah, no, I mean I know he was a fan of the drink, and that'll do it.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. So we see these three ladies talking, and I'm sure James Bond will fuck all of them.
Hmm. That's his thing.
Yeah, that's what he's known for.
Well, he's created a venereal disease at this point. I do like how it's a while in this movie before we even see the real James Bond.
Yeah,
And that's pretty cool. It's like world building. It's like building the plot, it's cool. And then when we see him, he's like fucking on a canoe or whatever.
yes, yeah.
And
He's
then
just getting a call.
yeah, he gets a call into work and then he's like, I gotta go. I'll be there in like half an hour or an hour. I'm like, all right, but the girl keeps on, she's like, let's fuck, let's fuck, let's fuck. And he's like, all right, make it an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Because
love it.
I'm a fuck.
Why not?
I'd say make it an hour and 40 seconds.
Very good. You stallion.
Yeah, baby.
This is the first time in this scene where he's laying with her on the boat where we hear the song from Russia with Love. And I think they knew this was a weaker song than they knew this was a weak song because this is kind of like hidden here.
I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, it's playing here under the like they're hanging out. It's like playing on the radio, and then we hear it again later on, and it's just on the radio, and then we hear it again at the end of the movie. But they knew this was not a strong Bond song.
I only
Although I don't
remember
know.
the one at the end. That's the only one I remember.
Yeah, it's from Russia with Love.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's pretty good.
Okay, I was listening to a lot of the James Bond themes.
Yeah, I mean,
Some of them
I
are
feel like,
absolute bangers.
yeah, I feel like the ones that I remember or know, I'm like, this is pretty good.
Goldeneye by Tina Turner.
I got to hear it again.
That song fucking slaps.
I know the Adele one was hot fire.
Yeah, that was good.
The Sam Smith one I think was hot fire.
I don't remember it.
The Andy Jafaris one. That's for this one.
Oh,
And the last one, we write Bond songs every Bond movie.
that's true. We do write bondage songs.
What's that?
What?
No, what did you say?
So number 3 is talking to Tanya or Tatiana, the Russian assassin, and she's like, "How many dudes you fuck?"
Yeah. And
So,
she's like,
"What?"
like, huh? And then she like slaps the table. She's like, I asked the questions. Like,
Yeah.
all right, lady.
And then she's like, "Would you fuck him?" And she's like, "Yes."
Yeah, hands down, yes.
Immediately.
Yeah.
No question about it. I like she calls it a real labor of love.
Yeah. Well, she's also like, I mean, we'll get into it later, but she's immediately just like, I'm in love with you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that must have been one hell of a dickin',
Oh, come on. It's Bond.
I guess. It's also the 60s. I mean, did women climax in the 60s?
When you're with Bond, yeah.
He was the only one.
Yeah.
That's why they're
Exactly.
flocking to him.
Absolutely. Bond is so cool because he gets to the place and he throws his hat on the hat rack again. And right before he finishes his quip, he notices that M is there. So he's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
shit's serious.
Yeah. Ooh, I shouldn't be dicking around.
And then he's questioning everything he's told until they show him Tanya's picture. And he's like, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm in. The first thing I'm going to do is kiss this woman.
Yeah. And then I'm going to slap her.
Q comes in with this awesome suitcase full of weapons.
Yes, I like that.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I liked how it's if you don't open that suitcase a certain way, it'll blow up in your face.
Right.
And that's the Chekhov's gun. It's like, okay, somebody's gonna he's gonna use this, and it's gonna be fucking great. And it is.
I kept waiting for Tanya to open it for some reason.
Well, we don't know, where her
allegiance lies.
Yeah, thank you. Until, the end.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I didn't pick up the code when Bond first flew into Istanbul.
I don't think I did either.
So he walks in and he goes, hey, can I have a light? And the guy's like, matches are better. And they go back and forth. And then Bond just puts the cigarettes away and they get into the car.
Yes. Okay.
I didn't pick up that that was like spy code. So Bond knew he was talking to someone on his side.
Right.
And I was at the end, I was like, why didn't he light his fucking cigarette? Light his goddamn cigarette, guy.
This dialogue's fucking weird.
Yeah. And Laura's like, they were talking in code, you fucking dolt. I was like, oopsie. No, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. This, I believe, is around the time I passed out. Now, when I say I passed out, I must have been real tired because I started watching this movie and it was light out. I fell asleep and it was pitch black. My wife walked in the door. I looked at my phone. I had like 11 missed calls from her. She was like, I thought you were dead. I was like, I think I was. I think I saw God. I went to God. He said, it's not yet, sir. He turned me around. And I went back to the land of the living. And I had like 10 minutes left in the movie. I was like, wow. That was the hard. I felt like I slept for 1,000 years. Yeah. But that's not to say this movie's boring, but it's not exciting until a certain point. I feel like it's really bottom heavy with action.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Because they get into the car and some dude is clearly following them. And I was pretty suspicious. The driver's like, no, we always follow each other. It's what we do here.
Yeah.
Like,
they're also being followed by Groucho Marx.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Nice.
Bond meets with a dude. He's like, just give up. Turkish guy's like, just quit.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll just chill.
I did like how there's a scene with the Turkish guy. His wife is asking him, she's essentially asking him for sex.
Yeah.
And they kiss and he goes, well, back to the salt mines. What the fuck are you saying to your wife?
He's just like me for real. Coming on a kiss.
Nice. Well, she's like, let's fuck. And he's like, back to work, I guess. What are you fucking doing, dude? That's funny.
I like when Bond gets to this hotel room and he inspects every piece of the hotel room and he notices the phone is bugged.
Yes, that's good. And then he like changes the plans.
Yes.
Or no, he changed the room.
Yeah, he calls up for a new room and they're like, tell me you only have the bridal suite. And he's like, let me look at it.
I'll take it. They're like, shit.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Like, why wouldn't you just tell him, oh, there's no other rooms?
Right.
That's your bad.
Also, right after that scene you were talking about, where like they're like a kissy and oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
There's a big explosion.
Yes. They pull an Aquaman. The conversation interrupted by explosion.
And then the Turkish guy takes him on a beautiful underground gondola ride.
Wow.
It's so nice. And they go to this underground periscope that they're just staring at the Russian consulate. And the minute a woman walks in, Bond's like, I'm going to come.
Everybody better duck because I'm about to turn left and I don't want to hit you with my dick. That's from Team 4-Star on their Dragon Ball Z parody. Check it out. It's funny. I stole their joke.
Police.
Ah, shit. My first offense. This movie clearly has a bigger budget than Dr. No.
Oh, yeah.
And it shows. That's pretty cool.
I am egregious.
He's egregious.
I'm egregious. So they're talking. It turns out the Russians are talking to some Bulgarian killer. And then we get to the scene with some sexy dancing. And it's going to be a sexy cat fight over the chief's son or something like that.
Yeah, this I was lost on. I was like, I really don't care. This doesn't seem to bear anything on the plot.
None of this mattered because then just chaos ensues.
Yeah, and Bond's just like, I'm gonna go over there, and they're like, all right.
I did like that one guy going, "Thank you," when Bond saved him.
And then there's a scene where like they're like, here's 2 women,
I know.
and he's like, all right. And then it flash forward to the next morning. You see him laying with the women, not like literally Like, I mean, literally laying with
Yeah,
them.
he's
Just like
literally just laying with them.
chilling. And then it's the next day. It's like, what was that? It was just like, this guy's laying pipe all over the world.
You saved the day. Here are two women to
Yeah.
fuck.
Like, these are objects for you, for your pleasure.
Here is your prize.
Yeah.
Your reward, my sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like that belly dancing, it feels like it's like porn back then, right?
Yeah.
Straight up. And
Yeah,
then
pretty
like
much.
then there's a cat fight, like you said. I don't know about you. I've never like the the sight of two women fighting has never been like, oh shit, this is hot. It's like that's
You got to run
never.
over and pour water on him.
Yeah, but like, why? Why do
I
you
don't
do it?
know. Just to
I
make it
don't.
really sexist.
But yeah, I've just never understood that. I remember like being in middle school and they'd be like, "Yo, there's a cat fight." I'm like, somebody. I hope nobody gets hurt.
There were a lot of weird things when we were younger that society was like, sexy.
Yeah, like twins.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
incest. Like,
like that
that's
whole
weird.
beer commercial, like and twins.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like this
why
is, I
do I
don't
want
like
that?
this.
Yeah,
And like, it felt like if anyone was like, does anyone think that's weird? They're like, you're gay. You're
yeah,
gay.
yeah. That's exactly what it was.
Like, but no, that's weird. That's weird. Because
Yeah,
if you said and twins and showed two dudes,
yeah.
you'd be like, what? What's
But
this?
they're brothers.
This isn't sexy.
But they're guys and they're brothers.
Brothers kissing isn't sexy. Sisters kissing is sexy.
It's just weird.
Oh, it's incest.
Actually. Weird.
It's hot.
What? We got him. Get the nuts.
I like the assassination of the Bulgarian killer.
Remind me.
When he's coming down the wall and the Turkish guy's like, let me take the shot. Like, I already owe you for so much.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they're
that's
looking,
good
he
stuff.
goes, she got a big mouth.
Yeah. Well,
So
we also get that classic movie type trope. Like old movies just show people doing things in real time. They don't think to like, all right, let's edit this.
yeah.
We watch Bond assemble that rifle like in real time.
I'm so cool with that. I don't mind that at all.
It's cool. But like he's twisting that thing for a while. It's just like, all right, I get it. He's making the rifle. Like just show a little clip of that and then let's move on. You know? It's not as egregious as in Dr. No when that guy's like, I'm gonna go to Dr. No's lair. And we just watch him walk to a boat, take the boat to an island, walk off the boat, walk into the like you don't have to do that.
See, I think later on they do something pretty egregious. That's just wasting time because we know where the train is going later on. And at one
Yes.
point, they just show the map, but the map is going on forever. And it's like, I get it. They're
Yes.
going a really long distance. You've told me where they're going. Just show them pulling up to the place.
Yeah. Yes.
But I did like that assassination of the guy shooting him off the rope. It was funny because he gets shot and then the actor looks down to make sure the crash pad is there.
Yeah, yeah. Am I gonna die? Okay. I'm not gonna die.
It's the same later on when Bond pushes the guy into the water and he goes like this, and then the guy jumps.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. It's, he's not actually pushing him, but
Right.
take two, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I liked how he shot. He like used Bond's shoulder to steady the aim.
Yeah.
Also, Bond just went deaf in that ear.
I mean, yeah, probably. Like,
but
his shoulder's
yeah,
also
cool stuff.
probably burning.
Yeah. But he's a cool guy.
Bond returns to his hotel. He gets ready to shower and he hears a noise. And then he sees Tanya, who is nude, I guess, just running around. And she's laying in bed. And then I know he just talked about the billboard with the big mouth. But this shit's weird when she's like, I think my mouth is too big. And he's like, it's not too big for me, baby.
Yeah.
And here comes my fat fucking cock.
Jesus
For your big fucking mouth.
Jesus Christ. Well, like, I think it's weird. That's the first time they met, right?
That's what I gathered.
they're just like, let's fuck.
Yeah, because a nude woman is in his suite, so he's like, I'm gonna fuck her.
He's like, well, this is happening, and she's like, it sure is. And then we see that they're being filmed,
Yeah,
which I didn't really understand that plot point.
I think the guy's just a cuck.
But that would
And
like ruin his reputation because like
no,
getting that film was like a big deal.
yeah, and then he just throws it in the water later on. I have no idea.
Yeah, but
That
like
didn't seem to
everybody,
be anything.
yeah, like everybody knows Bond fucks. Everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
that's why they sent her.
Yeah, I just didn't understand that at all.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. We're at this museum or something. Bond is wearing sunglasses inside like a douche. He's like on
Yeah.
a tour and he's still wearing his sunglasses. It's like, dude, come on, take
Yeah.
those off, man.
Well, he's trying to be inconspicuous, but it's making him very conspicuous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, why is that guy? Is he blind? He
Yeah.
doesn't have a cane or anything. And then
Yeah.
Bond beats the shit out of this guy, retrieving a little map that Tanya left on the floor.
And then he well then the blonde guy kills him, right? Kills Groucho Marx.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we see Bond really confident, and the Turkish guy after that's like, stop thinking with your dick, my guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like because he really is just a horn dog.
Oh, yeah.
Like an uncontrolled like you might need to talk to somebody about that. Like
Well,
it is
everybody knows
affecting
that.
it's affecting your work, my guy.
Well, everyone knows he's a horn dog because when he's interviewing her and they're listening in, and she goes, will you make love to me? And he goes, yes, day and night.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? And the people are listening, like, oh my God, yeah, make love to each other day and night. This is weird. This is weird.
Yeah, a lot of voyeurism in this.
There is.
There is. Okay, so they get on the train, right?
Yeah.
And they fuck on the train, right?
Yeah, Bond just has some lingerie ready to go for her.
Yeah, like immediately they get on the train, they're like, all right, where can we fuck? and then yeah, he says, oh, I'm gonna knock 3 times. Keep the
On the
store locked, all
ceiling
that
if
stuff.
you want me. Right?
Sure.
It's the song Knock 3 Times.
Okay.
All right, keep going.
Then we spend a lot of time on this train, but I feel like this is where the movie actually
This is where it
starts.
picks up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like first it's not terrible, but it's like, where are we going? You know? And finally we get to the train. It's like, oh, this is where we're going. Very good. We know that the blonde dude's on there who's been, sneaking around,
Yeah.
fucking stuff up the whole time. And our Turkish friend, he dies,
Yes.
right? And I believe it's the blonde guy who kills him.
Well, the Turkish guy, he walks in at one point when Tanya is wearing that lingerie, and every time he looks at Tanya, he goes, charming, charming.
Yeah.
His brain is just going nuts. He can't think of anything else as a charming. Oh, titties. Oh my God.
Boobies, button boobies.
Charming. Oh.
But like after Bond sees that his friend's dead, he goes back to Tanya and he slaps the shit out of her. He's like, "What'd you do?" And she's like, I didn't fucking do anything. Why are you hitting me, my guy?" But she's still like, "I love you. I love you, please." It's like, why though? Why? Because you guys fucked like 3 times and you're just like, I'm in love.
That's that good dick, Andy.
I guess.
The Turkish guy, when him and Bond take that guy hostage, he looks like he has like a kazoo. He like takes this thing out. You know what I'm talking about?
Not really.
And I was like, is that supposed to be a cigar or something? It just looked like a yellow kazoo. I was like,
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't really know what that was either. I wonder if he was just like, guys, check out this tune. He starts playing. All right, man. Kind of in the middle of something.
I was doing some research on this actor. He died before this movie came out.
Yeah, he was in a movie that filmed by like a nuclear test site, and he got cancer.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
he was dead shortly after this. In fact,
Yeah.
his last few scenes were filmed by a double.
Yowzer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, then we get that map scene that goes on for a little too long.
Yeah. I
And then we
like how
get yeah.
they transfer trains. Or no. I don't know.
They drop some
He talks to the guy who died. He talks
yeah.
to his son. And he's just like, "Man, I got bad news for you. Your dad's dead. Anyway, here's what I need you to do." And it's like, my guy. I
Hakuna
don't know.
Matata, my guy. Let's keep moving.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but if somebody just told me, "Hey, your dad died. Okay, here's what you need to," I'm not retaining any of that. You just told me my dad died.
I don't know how much of a relationship his dad had with any of his sons, because it was just like he seemed like he just used his sons as workers.
Yes, he did, and he was like, he was proud of that. He
He's
was
like, that's
like,
also my son. Everyone who works here is my blood.
yeah,
Yeah.
hey, keep it in the family. And it's like, all right, man.
But like he also has like a billion sons.
Yeah, so I guess they were like, I didn't really see dad much
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when Bond and Grant are talking on the train. Grant is the blonde haired guy. He keeps telling his Bond his name is Captain Nash.
Yeah. Also, did his voice throw you off at all?
I was not expecting him to be British.
I didn't expect him to be British or have like it's kind of like a high pitched voice.
Yes, I get
He's like
that.
a
Yeah.
big bruiser, and I was like, huh, weird. I thought he'd be like, yes, my name is Russia.
Very
your
good.
name, your name is Russia.
This movie did hurt my feelings
Why is that?
because Grant kept calling Bond old man, and Sean Connery was the same age I am now.
Really?
Yeah. He's
Hmm.
34 years old. He looks like he's 48.
Yeah, he does. That's a man back then, you know?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. I know he was wearing a hairpiece as well.
Is this a hairpiece?
Yes.
I know
This
later on he was. I didn't know when he started wearing a
I
hairpiece.
think this is the first one where he wears a hairpiece.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Bond's no dummy because he's like, I'm packing heat while we get food. But it
Yeah,
came to nothing.
brother. I do like how he like after he drugs Tanya,
Yeah, you would like a woman being drugged.
of course, and he drugs Tanya, and then Bond asks him later. He's like, I watched you drug her. Is she gonna live or whatever? It's like you just watched him do it. You didn't stop him. You just were like, oh, he's drugging her. All right. You didn't stop her from drink. You could have been like, hey, don't drink that.
You know what would have been funny? They didn't show his inner thought process, but he went, that'll come in handy later.
Well, in case someone says no.
In case she becomes a real uppity bitch.
Yikes, Bond. That's the thing. He is clearly not in love with her because like from that after the slap, he's just treating her like absolute garbage, and she's still just like, I love you, I love you.
Yeah.
It's like, lady, you gotta don't save his life. Like, you don't need to save his life. You have nothing to prove. But like, so that happens, and then we get that real tense conversation they have in the train car.
Oh, the very typical James Bond bad guy telling Bond everything.
Yes, yes, it's
And
good stuff though.
they write it off of him going, I can't kill you until I have the MacGuffin.
Yeah, yeah. And then he's like, it's in what is he like, can I have a cigarette at least? And for some reason he's like, sure. Why? Just shoot him. Shoot him.
That was the thing back then. As a show of respect, if a guy asked for a cigarette, you had to give it to him.
Yes.
All right, you can have one last smoke.
And then he's like, he goes to open the suitcase, and the guy's like, no, I'll do it. And he's like, that's exactly what I want. And I was honestly hoping for like an explosion, like the guy said, but it was just smoke.
Yeah.
Still
Which made sense. I really liked that fight.
Yeah, it's like visceral.
Yeah.
Really good for 1963.
Yeah, you got the sense these two were actually trying to beat the shit out of each other.
Like, I wondered until I did trivia. I wondered if was this choreographed or they were just like, fucking duke it out, guys.
I have no idea. I mean, it had to be I'd imagine it was choreographed somewhat.
It is choreographed.
Yeah. But I thought it was really fun. And then Bond uses Grant's weapon against him, and then Bond calls him old man. Got it.
Yeah. And then he's like, he goes to wake up Tanya. He's like, wake up or I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
He
threatens with her.
She was drugged.
He threatens with her with that several times.
Yes. And she's
Like,
like, okay, I mean, I don't know where I am. I was drugged.
and then he throws her in the bed of this truck and
Yeah.
just speeds down the road.
Yeah. Well, a helicopter's dropping grenades on him.
Before the helicopter shows up, he's just flying. She's
Yeah.
not tied in by anything.
No, she's not. There's just a bed of flowers. That's it. They probably have thorns and shit. She's just getting cut up.
Oh,
The helicopter stuff was cool though.
Oh yeah. What's funny about the helicopter? You know what? Actually, I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that. Never mind.
The stuntman or stuntmen or Sean Connery, I don't know. They nearly get hit with that helicopter like 3 times.
Yeah, that was really cool. I liked that he was like, I'm going to hide behind this rock because he knows that helicopter hits the rock.
Yeah, it's good. But then he's like gonna drop the grenade right in there, and Bond shoots the guy, and he drops the grenade in the cockpit, and then the helicopter blows up. Very cool.
Fucking awesome.
But here's, you know what? I'll save it for questions.
Okay, that was fucking awesome. Yeah.
That was awesome.
And then they steal a boat, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to Venice."
Yeah, and so with the boats are following him, and he drops the oil canisters or gas canisters, and then he shoots them with the flare gun, and they explode, and there's fire. Very cool.
That 90 seconds of that fire is a total tonal shift from the rest of the movie.
Yeah, and like it's just as soon as those things blow up, literally everything is on fire.
Yes,
and they're all just like the people are on their boats on fire.
They showed a guy just in flames.
Yeah, and it's like there is literally no reason you should be on fire. You are surrounded by water.
That water, it's an oil fire. The water wouldn't put it out.
Oh. Was it an oil fire or is it gasoline fire?
I think oil is gasoline.
No, they're different.
I know, but I think
oil
burns. In the sense of with water, it's going to do the same thing.
I feel like if you just submerge,
that's why the water was on fire.
That's true.
You need sand or dirt to put that out.
Oh. Well, those stuntmen are dead then.
Yes, the stunt are absolutely dead. They actually killed 6 people for that scene, for that 90 seconds.
Wow, worth it.
It was at this point where this movie was just like kept going because like we had the bad guys all meet up again. They're like, "You failed, you failed."
Yeah, and then number 1000 or whoever the fuck gets stabbed with the foot knife.
Yeah, number 5. That was cool. Yeah, that was cool. When the guy just kicks somebody, he's like, 12 seconds. We should get a quicker one.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And then we get, this is like the pivotal. It's like, is she a bad guy or is she a good guy? Because we get number, I don't know, 4 or
number
3, whatever. Yeah. And she's like, hey, I'm the maid, but I'm a bad guy. I'm going to shoot you. And then James Bond is like, shit, I got nothing. Your girl comes out with the towel, gives her a nice, like in the locker room.
Nice.
Yeah. And then James Bond fights her off with a chair.
And she had her dead for like a full minute. She had Bond dead. She couldn't. She just sat there like staring at him.
Just pull that trigger. Your girl has to pick who she's going to shoot, and she shoots the lady because she loves James for some reason.
She loves his dick.
I guess I've never been cock crazy.
Well, Andy, you've never hooked up with James Bond.
Yeah, I believe my former boss at a warehouse. So real locker room talk. You say you gone pussy blind.
Oh, good. That's a good guy.
That's what she was. She was pussy blind, but for Bond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this during the closing credits when it said next to Ernst Blofeld, there was just a question mark, like who's playing Blofeld? I like that.
Yeah. That's good stuff. I did like Bond will return in Goldfinger.
Yeah.
I was like, huh, that's cool.
Yeah, I agree. That was cool. But yeah, I agree with you. I think this movie really picks up on the train scene overall because that scene, you really get this sense you know where everyone is on this train scene. It's contained.
Yeah.
And because they're all stuck so close together, I think that just makes it more intense.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if I think this is better than Doctor No. I would say they're around the same in
I would probably
quality.
say I enjoyed Dr. No on the whole a little more. I
Doctor
had a
No
good
on your
time with
hole.
this. I'm sorry?
Doctor No in your hole.
Yes.
Mm,
Dr. No in my hole. Very good.
okay.
No, I'd probably say I enjoyed Dr. No a little better than this, but I did have a good time with this.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I looked up a list on like everybody's favorite Sean Connery Bond, and the list I saw was Doctor No was number 3. This was number 2, and then Goldfinger is number 1. So
Yeah, I know
for
a lot of people like Goldfinger.
our next venture into James Bond, we'll be looking at Goldfinger. But Letterboxd, Robbie.
That's a great idea. I've pulled up Letter Bixt.
What would you say for this one?
I was
From
going to give it
Russia
3
with Love.
stars.
3 stars? Yeah, sure. Sure. I'd go 2.5, but sure.
I thought it was better than 2.5.
Okay, I'll give you half a
was
star just for like time's sake. You know, the movies aren't made like that anymore. You know, it's different. It's a different time.
a
Gotta
different
give
time.
points because I was still entertained. Because a lot of
It was a different time when characters were allowed to have personality.
yeah, but like, do they even in this?
James Bond certainly has a personality. He's the star of the movie.
Right, but does he even have a personality? Like, do we know James Bond other than the fact
He
that
likes
he
to
likes
fuck.
Yeah, he likes to shoot ropes.
But that's all we need to know.
I don't, I don't know, Robbie. I feel like I want more out of it.
But like, that's not this movie.
I know. I'm just,
Like,
but that's
the
why
guy.
for me, if good thing we're not shotgunning these movies because I feel like if we were just doing back-to-back Bonds, I'd be like, wow, this is boring because there's nobody is anything.
That's fair. I do like that you get different love interests with every movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get an opportunity to tell a different story every time with the same characters. It's cool. And like they're connected but like not really, but kind of.
Right.
Cool. I like it. But I don't know. I need a little more sometimes.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Good. Me too. Well, we gave it 3 stars. We're great.
Yeah.
But I do have a question about this movie. I have one singular question.
I also have a question.
Would you like to ask first?
You go first, Robbie.
Okay. Why didn't the guys in the helicopter have a gun? They only had grenades.
That is a good question.
Because, like, they're chasing Bond around and they're trying to run him down with a helicopter. And when that doesn't work, they would resort to grenades. But it's like a gun would be a lot easier.
Probably, but also, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, my question also revolves around the helicopter.
Very good.
When James Bond shoots the guy, the camera shows that the helicopter is directly above him. How did he get that angle? I don't understand. The guy gets like shot in the chest. How did that work?
I thought he shot him in the arm.
And he dies?
No, I thought he shot him in the arm and he
And he
dropped
drops
a
the
grenade
grenade.
because he got shot in the arm. And like he
Okay.
dropped the grenade in the helicopter because like
Yeah.
he had pulled the pin and then he got
Yeah.
shot in the arm. And because he got shot in the arm, that's what I thought happened.
Okay. Yeah. He dropped it in the penis pit
Very
of
good.
the helicopter.
I have a pit in my penis.
Yucky. Because you fucked an orange.
Dude,
No, not
oranges
an
don't have
orange.
pits.
Fucking peach. I ruined the joke. Set me up again, Robbie.
Oh, you know I'm fucking peaches all day, baby.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. You got trivia?
I do. I got 6 trivias.
Okay. Let's do it.
How many do you got?
I got 4.
I'll go first. What 2 countries are in the chess championship? Czechoslovakia and Canada, Turkey, Croatia, Norway.
Croatia.
No.
Norway.
No.
What were the other two?
Canada and Turkey.
Turkey.
No.
Canada.
Yes, it was Canada.
Fucking nailed it, dude.
First try.
All right. How long did the fight scene in the train take to film? Was it 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months?
3 days.
3 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
3
That's a
weeks.
That's a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
What room number is Bond first given in Istanbul? 17, 26, 32, 45.
32.
Yes.
Wow. What was the budget for this movie? Was it £1 million, £2 million, £3 million, or £4 million?
£4 million.
It was £2 million.
She's a Lou.
That's how much I weigh.
Oh.
Yeah.
What time does Bond ask for breakfast to be delivered to his hotel room? 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m.
I believe it's 8 a.m.
No.
I believe it's 9 a.m.
Yeah, it's 9 a.m.
Who almost directed this movie? Was it Alfred Hitchcock, Stanley Kubrick, or Ian Fleming himself?
Ian Fleming himself.
Incorrect.
Alfred Hitchcock himself.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tanya tells James Bond there are how many code keys? 8, 16, 24, 32.
8.
No.
16.
Yes.
Nailed it.
Very good.
All right. Assistant director Kit Lambert later became a producer and manager for which band? Is it Led Zeppelin, Badfinger, The Who, Mott the Hoople?
It's The Who.
It is The Who.
Yeah. Kit Lambert and Chris Stamp were their first managers.
Interesting.
What fake name does Bond give for Tanya? Cindy, Catherine, Karen, Caroline.
Karen.
No.
Cindy.
No.
Caroline.
Yes.
Wow. I'm crushing it.
You're the reason for the word bitch. Caroline.
Yeah, Caroline.
I got one more trivia.
All right.
In the restaurant car, Bond, Nash, and Tanya all have grilled sole, smoked salmon, baked cod, sous vide tuna.
Baked cod.
No,
Soul, then.
it is grilled sole, yeah.
Grilled soul. Yeah. I'll grill your soul
Go for it.
right after I grill your hole.
No.
Well, Robbie, I wrote a song.
So did
you
I.
write a song?
I wrote a fucking song,
Thank
dude.
God, that's the whole thing.
That's what we do.
That's why we do this.
That is why we do this. I also have a picky to flippy.
Don't fucking tell me, dude. Don't fucking tell me.
What would you prefer?
I'll go tails this time, baby.
It is tails. It bounced
win.
on its side a couple times before it landed. I don't know if you heard it. It went. Before it landed on
Wow.
tails.
I win every single fucking time, dude.
That's not true.
That's true.
Okay.
It's true that it's not true.
Okay. I'm confused.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I'll go first. I for some reason, when I started writing my song, I went 80s power ballad.
That's
Don't know
cool.
why. Don't know why. But I do have, I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure anymore, because at this point, it doesn't seem like there's really any shame in liking whatever you like. Or
Right.
like there used to be, you know?
Well, if
Like
you like
people-
certain things, there's a shame.
Well, yeah, well, things that are shameful. But like,
Yeah.
you know, people used to be like I don't know, like Nickelback. It would be like shameful to like Nickelback, but like never made it as a wise man. No, that's a bop. Let's be honest. I'm not bumping Nickelback on the regular,
That's a lie.
but if that song comes on, I'll fucking keep that shit on. I'll fucking bop it. It's Creed, fucking Creed, with Holmes White Hope on.
No, I'm not giving you that one.
Listen,
I'm not giving you With Arms Wide Open. I'm sorry.
What about Can You?
All right, that one I'll give you. That one I'll give you. Yeah,
That's
no,
good
I'll
stuff.
give you Can You Take Me Higher?
Yeah.
But I can't give you With Arms Wide Open.
With Holmes,
Holmes. I'm sorry.
wide open.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
very good. Singing like a goose.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I figured I'd loosely connect my songs for Bond because this one's just called Bond Part 2.
Cool.
And it's a power ballad. And it goes like it's sung from the perspective of your girl Tanya.
James, I love you, even though you hit me. James, I love you, even though you watched him poison me. I feel so close to you. Our ones become two. Even though you treat me like poo, James Bond, I love you. James, I love you, even though you hit me. James, I love you, even though you watched him poison me. I feel so close to you. Our ones become two. Even though you treat me like blue, James Bond, I love you. Even though you treat me like poo, James Bond, I love you.
That's my song.
That really was an 80s power ballad. I
Yeah,
liked it. It really worked.
Yeah, I don't know why that's why I don't know. I have no idea why that's what came out, but that's what came out.
I liked
And I
it.
said I'm kind of digging it. Kind of like power ballads.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
They're
about
fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I showed this to my wife and she was like, "You couldn't think of anything to rhyme with ooh, like you said like, our love's not true." I was like, "Yeah, but treat me
It's
like
fun.
poo is funny." She's like, "That's true. I did laugh." So, yeah, I don't know, just I'm not trying to, be a party pooper and say like, "Oh, it's not right cuz, he hit her." Like, of course, we know that's not right. But like it's
Yeah.
also 1963. But also I think it's silly that she's still like, "I love you," even though this man clearly is just in it for the puna.
Yeah.
That is literally the only reason you are still there. So it's just, I mean, it's funny, but it's also a little sad, a little sad.
Yeah.
So it's a power ballad.
I like it.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it. Tell us about your song, Robbie.
My song is called From Russia, and I called it From Russia because I've decided with every James Bond film we do, I'm going to take my stab at a James Bond theme song.
Very cool.
Because I thought of that pretty late in the process here. I don't know if this really works as a James Bond theme song, but it's kind of slow and ballady, and it's slow and ballady. There we go. That works, right?
Yeah.
And it goes something like this. I just called it From Russia.
job done or you'll meet the consequences. If you don't put down defenses, you can kill them with a grenade or a knife or a gun. Just get the job done, gotta please number one. Chase them in the water, on the land, and we're gonna take to the skies. Make him fall in love when he first looks into your eyes. From Russia with love. From Russia with love. Riding on a train, my friends, they call me James. My game has brought me fame and I got numbers on my name. Undefeated with the gun, I got stamina to run. I got stamina for you, and you, and you, and you. Girl, lay with me, we're gonna do it all the way to Istanbul. I see you in that nightie that I got you, and I can't help but drool. From Russia with love. From Russia with love.
That's my song called From Russia.
I like it. I like the vibe. Very smooth.
Smooth and trumpet.
Yeah, smooth like my hiney.
Okay.
What's the problem, Robbie?
I'm going to do a different song.
Huh?
I'm going to do a different song now.
Are you gonna write another song for this movie?
I actually wrote 3.
Oh my god.
I've threw out the first 2 versions and I wound up with that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I thought it was all just in case I made a hiney joke.
No. And one of them was. I was like, I'll do this one in case Andy makes a hiney joke.
Yeah. I always have at least 2 songs just in case Rob makes a hiney joke as well.
Very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my song called From Russia, and it's about the movie From Russia with Gloves. I think I flew all the way from Russia and I didn't take my gloves off.
That's stupid.
At no point in this movie do they spend any time in Russia, by the way.
Yeah, but she's a Russian spy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And she loves him.
That's true. She does love him.
For no reason.
Well,
we've established the reason is his macaroni.
very good.
That's what I put on my pizza.
Oh.
Let me get a cheese and cockaroni.
Okay. Hey Andy, what are we doing next week?
All right, next week is you know what? I'm just so glad that you asked me this question.
You know, I have it up.
Yeah, please. And I know, I just want to see if you know.
Okay, yeah, we're doing A New Hope.
Oh shit, girl.
A New Grope.
Oh no. Oh no, Robbie. You got in enough trouble for that first grope.
Oh, you're right.
You don't want to do a new one.
Okay. A New Rope.
Okay, better.
A New Slope.
Okay.
You know, skiing.
How about an old despair?
Very good.
Lack of hope, right?
That's good. A New Mope. Really just moping around.
It's like, man, I'm going to find a new way to show everybody I'm down.
A New Pope. It's like, oh, look at all the white smoke.
Yeah, the smoke, all that weird ritual shit that we do.
A new cope, like a new coping mechanism, like you're doing a new drug or something.
Okay.
A new
dope.
Oh, that's good. A new dope, like Andy.
Rude.
Now we're gonna do the original trilogy. So we got A New Hope, then we got Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Now this is my first go around, at least since I was 9 for A New Hope. and I hadn't seen any of the other ones, so I'm excited.
You should be excited.
Genuinely and genitally excited.
Je ne sais quoi.
Ooh.
And we're going to be joined by Mark Ponte.
Classic guest.
Because he knows more about Star Wars than either of us.
Well, that's not saying much for me.
That's fair.
Although I feel like just being a nerd generally, you know, like I like a lot of nerdy shit, but I always glossed over Star Wars. I know enough to get by, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, it's like ingrained in the culture, you know.
Yeah. A new envelope.
Very good. He's still going. Robbie's brain is never stopping.
Haven't slept in weeks.
Well, let me tell you where you can find the music.
Okay, please do.
So the Roids has been a band for years. We have music. We have music other than the podcast songs. And you can find it on Spotify. You can find it on Apple Music, wherever you get your music, Deezer perhaps. Ooh. And you search the Roids and you got 2 albums and a Christmas song. And let me tell you what, people tell me all the time, they say, Andy, how you doing?
That's what they ask you?
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice enough.
A new cantaloupe.
Oh, shit.
A new antelope.
Oh. All right. So you can find the podcast songs, which we have almost. We're at almost, what?
This is
songs.
This is episode 89.
Damn, we're very close to 200 songs. If not, we're there because of guest songs.
Yeah.
And boner songs.
Ooh.
Bonus, that is. And you could go to the band, theroids.bandcamp.com, and you find the plethora of podcast songs there about many movies. Also, check out the back catalog on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Check out our back catalog. Make sure you leave a 5-star review and all that. Robbie, what about the socials?
A new soap. All right, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X, or YouTube at The Roids Band. That's ROYDS. You know that, though. You're listening.
That's true.
You're already listening. What am I? A new elope?
Okay.
Give us a 5-star review, a 5-star rating. Listen to us on YouTube at The Roids Review Podcast. And send us an email at roidsreview@gmail.com.
Yeah.
A new what?
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Why do they gotta tell their friends?
Well, word of mouth, word of mouse, word of Klaus, word of blouse.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, just wasting people's time, you know.
No, we're not. Nothing we do is a waste of time. A new.
I don't know, Robbie.
I'm pretty positive.
Listen to yourself right now, Robbie.
I'm pretty positive nothing we do wastes people's time. I would never even dream of doing that.
Okay.
Does it look like I'm someone who would do something like that?
It sounds like what you're doing right this instant.
You're ridiculous. A new scope.
Ah.
A new trope. That's what we're doing now for the podcast.
Okay.
Trope.
Something tells me Robbie Googled words that rhyme with hope.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Just some about how this picked up.
A new nope.
Okay. All right. Next week, a new hope, new soap, all that shit.
A new galope.
I know we've wasted so much of your time, but please return. Please come back for
cycloscope.
All right.
A new fiber. No, you can't just keep saying scope. That doesn't work.
Yeah. All right, let's leave him with a banger.
All right. You ready? A new winter heliotrope.
All right, bye.
Bye.